Hello there guys, this is Knight79 bringing you a Let's Play Total War Rome 2 today. We're going to be playing on the Imperator Augustus setting, and we're going to be playing as the Roman faction. Well, the Roman culture should I say. What faction? I'm not sure. I've not actually played this campaign yet, so this is going to be my first time playing this. It's also my first time doing one of these Let's Play guide videos for Rome 2, so please be gentle with me. Any tips as well, guys, that you have that might help me improve these videos, please do let me know in the comments or send me a private message on YouTube. That'd be fantastic. So let's get into this then. So by being Rome, we have +1 recruitment slot in all provinces. That's going to be quite good for us when we're fighting other people that aren't Rome. But as we can see, there are 4 factions of Rome, so we all have that bonus, so it all comes then down to the actual faction bonus. So let's have a look at the factions, shall we? I'm going to steer away from the easy factions. We're playing legendary, so we want a bit of a challenge. So there's our faction here. This is the only reason I'm picking Pompey. I've not even looked at any of these benefits yet or the lands, so we'll start at the bottom knowing that we're going to be picking Pompey. Okay, so Lepidus has Africa. He's got is that Morocco there? He's got Spain. Deadly aim, so all his missile troops are quite good. He gets +10 wealth from agriculture. Okay, so his recruitment costs are high, his missile troops are good, and he gets a boost, so he's going to be quite rich. Okay, we've got Octavian. Octavian, as we know from history, is Julius Caesar's heir, and obviously when Julius Caesar was murdered in the Senate, it triggered a civil war within Rome, and that's what we're actually playing through on this one. So, being Julius Caesar's heir, it was obviously likely that he was going to have all of Italy and Gaul there. So it's barbarian subduers, 10% morale against barbarian tribes, which is quite good for that faction if you ever play it, because it looks like one of your main expansion areas is through all the barbarian tribes up in Germany and the rest of Gaul and Belgium. Cultural conversion means that you're not going to have to sit in the territory too long. You're going to be able to get that cultural conversion going and move your armies out, so your public order is going to be in check. Okay, so we've got Antony. He's got the Balkans, Greece, Macedonia, bit of Asia, bit of the Middle East. Okay, let's have a look. -2 from Latin culture, minimum. Disdain for plebs. That's interesting. If we end up having to fight Antony, we're going to be able to do this by using dignitaries and spies and veterans and things like that to maybe spread cultural tension and try and get revolts and then clean up after that. So that's a sly way to be able to attack Antony without actually going to war with Antony. We'll see if we can pull that off as well. +3% tax rate and a moderate diplomatic bonus with all Hellenic factions. Now the Hellenic factions are all the factions that were left after Alexander the Great's empire collapsed, which is all of this round here really. You know, Alexander the Great had a massive empire, went all the way over to India. So most of this round here is going to be Hellenic faction, so I would imagine Antony has got good relationships with everything round here. It means he's going to have good trade routes, he's going to have possibly non-aggression pacts, maybe a couple of client states, possibly in this area. I would imagine his client states are here, so we'll have a look at that. Now Pompey, 10% movement range, so we've got nice fast movement on our fleets and our armies. +1 recruitment slots in ports. Now Pompey was given control of the Roman navy, I do believe. So yeah, if it goes anything by history, Pompey was left in control of the Roman navy. So that's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the navy to attack through ports. So any city that has a port is going to be one of our prime targets at first. So we're looking at Brundisium here, probably Carthage here if we want to take on Lepidus. If we want to take on Antony, we've got Athens that we can come in here, or there's I forget the name of the territory here in Macedonia we'll be able to attack. Okay, so that's a quick intro into that. We'll have a look at the actual campaign now. We'll start loading this up. Oh, this load time's a bit bad. It tells me I need to get my solid state drive. I've got one for my operating system, but not one for my gaming. Probably need to get myself one, I suppose. No, still not loading too bad. Okay, so we've got oh no, we've got a cutscene. I'm going to skip past the cutscene, guys. You can watch that on your own game. Now we'll have a bit of a dialogue before the turn starts. We'll have a listen to that.
From your central Mediterranean seat of power, Nothing is beyond your reach. Tread carefully, however, for the closest shores are controlled by the second triumvirate, who hate and fear you. Attack now, and you may face retribution from them all, so bide your time. Such a tenuous alliance will surely collapse, and you can then pick off your adversaries one by one. Your useful strategic location could even be used to broker a deal with Mark Antony, as the enmity between you is surpassed only by mutual hatred of Octavian, heir to your oldest foe. Rise, son of Neptune. There will be a Pompeius Magnus once more.
Okay, so the games give us a bit of an introduction of what to do here. So it's telling us that from our seat of power, a tactical advantage, which I can't really see, to keep Antony sweet. It also gave us a warning about the three factions of Rome, you know, that take our time, bide time, don't be attacking them just yet, because if we do attack one, we'll probably have to deal with them all. If we have to deal with all three of these, then we could be in quite a lot of trouble. So what we need to try and do is isolate Antony and get him away from the other two, and then try and get him to side with us. Now we'll have a look at the diplomacy on how we're going to do that. Now we will be trying to attack one of the Roman factions first. Now whether it's going to be Lepidus and taking Africa here, or whether it's going to be Octavian and taking Italy first, I'm not sure. But what we'll do is we'll go through, we'll have a look at this objective that we've been given. So we've got to take 40 units in total. We get 2,500 for that. We have got bonus objectives, so let's have a look at those. Okay, so we've got technology research, double plant construction. That's going to be something to do. Right, it's going to be something to do with naval, so that's going to be in the military construction technology somewhere. And control either by client state, military, ally, or direct ownership. Where's this? Okay, so the game's asking us to go west. Okay, so the game's suggesting that we head this way. So we'll have a look at doing that. And what we'll do is we'll use a navy, I think. Hopefully this is going to be a... Is that going to be a port set? Well, we're going to be able to attack. Is it? We'll have a look where the settlement is. Hopefully that settlement is a port, so that we can attack with a fleet. Okay, so we'll have a look at the technology. So there's double plant construction, 10 turns. Okay, now maintaining 40 units is going to cost us quite a bit of money, so I'm not going to worry about double plant construction at the moment. I'm going to recruit up, train up, so that we've got some increased income. Okay, let's have a look at our spy. Growth. 3% wealth from agriculture. I'm going to leave the spy there. So let's have a look at the cities. Agriculture, agriculture. Well, there's the first thing I'm going to get rid of. -4 public order this early into the turn is pretty bad. Reduces slave decline. Now, one of the things I tend to like to do in these campaigns is I do like to loot and raid, so I get quite a big population of slaves. Now, a big population of slaves causes a negative effect on your public order, so having that the population of slaves declining slower for my game style isn't very good. So I tend to never to build a slave trader. So we'll look at converting this as our first thing. Now, we can't do any of these. I'm not interested in that much public order. You know, I'm gonna have an army here, so I'm always going to have a troop basis here. So it's going to be one of these two. Now that provides us with a lot of food, and that provides us with more commerce. I don't think food's going to be an issue at the moment, so I'll go for that one. I'm going to upgrade this and this. And we need a recruitment station. We can upgrade this straight away, and we can build that. Okay, let's have a look at our troops. So yeah, this kind of adds strength to what my theory was here. By taking Singis, we can attack from the harbour. So we need to be attacking cities like this. You know, these two here. If we can attack with a fleet like this, we can sit off at sea, relatively safe. we can then throw in bombardment, destroy buildings, destroy armies, and then move a ground force in. So we'll move these down. Let's have a look at the general. Growth per turn and public order.
Ready for orders.
So this navy here, -10 upkeep on ships. I'm going to merge these two and do some recruiting with this guy. So there we go. Okay.
Yes.
So have we fully... Let's have a look at some of the buildings we can do. I'm not going to upgrade anything to tier 2 at the moment because there are negatives usually when you upgrade. As you can see, you know, minus public order, minus food, minus public order, minus food. So at the moment what I'm trying to do is get my food to as close as possible as 20. I'll keep it at minimum 20. Anything over it is just a bonus that we can start using to build up to the next tiers. Public order is quite an important one, so we know in 3 turns we're actually going to gain 3 public order there. We're in spring, so we're actually at a natural -8. That'll put us at -5. Okay. Hopefully we can get our growth going and get things stimulated a little bit there with growth so that we can build here. And what I'll probably do is put in a shrine or consecrated ground or whatever, is it temple or whatever they're called, and put one there. This will be, again, will be agriculture. We've got the Field of Mars for now. We might actually, we'll have a look. That would be a good one to take straight away. I mean, it'll upset Octavian, but if we can get this, and we can get it quickly. What's the troops that we're going to be going up against? That's a lot of troops that we're going up against in there. 10 legionary units and 5. We're not going to be able to take that for quite some time unless we can research up into siege weaponry and use the bombardment again. The same kind of technique, so we're probably coming at Brundisium first if we're going to go into Italy. We might be able to take on Carthage instead then. That could be one way to go. Okay, so that's the recruitment. No, we've got no recruitment. So this is going to be an invading fleet, so let's see what we can do. Yeah, there. So 3 of those. I'm going to do another turn of recruitment. I'll probably recruit another 2 or 3 of those, and then we'll head towards sea, capture that. Let's have a look at our diplomacy then.
You are welcome, but that welcome can become a farewell if we have no take. Speak your speech, so that I may go to the baths and wash away today's. Welcome,
okay, doesn't look like
but expect
any of the
scant pleasantries.
Okay, so let's have a look at the client states. Right, so one way, as the game suggested, one way is to maybe try and get some good relations with Antony. So one way of doing this is going to be sort of having a look around here. We could see by the diplomacy that he had a lot of client states and things like that. So if we can get in with the client states and get trade agreements, non-aggression pacts, things like that with a trade agreement, that's going to improve our diplomatic relations with Antony. Also, I would imagine that attacking Octavian or attacking Lepidus will also increase our diplomatic relations there. So one way we can do that is either with the spy, but I need the spy here to help with our economy, and we'll do it with him. Yeah, we'll do it with that fleet. So we'll send that fleet all the way over here. Let's have a look how far we can get it. We'll just automatically send it so that is there a way through? Ah, yeah, there's a way through here. So I'm not going to go around that way. We'll come this way instead. How far can we go? Okay, so we'll go there. So that's the next 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 turns planned out there. Now before we attack Seager, what we'll probably do is have a quick poke around and nosy about here with our fleet and see if we can access anybody. I think Iberia is here, and we know that there's another one here that we haven't got access to just from when we looked at the beginning. So this is Seager. This might be that. Hopefully this is the same faction, so when we land here we'll be able to try and get some trade agreement with them. So we've got Numidia, which, looking at the diplomacy before, I noticed that they were a client state of Lepidus. So we need to try and get Numidia away from Lepidus, or get Numidia to attack us. That'd be, if we can upset Numidia to attack us without bringing Lepidus in, that'd be great. Because one of the things is, if we get friendly with everybody, if we haven't got any of these what we call trade resources to trade, then they're not going to trade with us. We've got nothing to trade. So this is going to be a prime. This is going to be a first target for us. So those two here, you know, these are initial targets that we can look at. We need to get trade resources so that we can actually get trade agreements. Okay, so I'm happy with the way that the turn's gone there so far, so I'm going to just end the turn. Oh, yeah. It's a good job that there's those reminders. Right, we need food, we need public order, so bread and games. Right, so we've already lost the trade agreement. That's pretty bad. Haha, Lepidus has gone straight to war with... Wow, that's why we've lost our trade agreement. Okay, that's interesting. So, as we said, with this fleet that we're going to recruit, now be careful when you're moving ships, because there's an area of attrition in the oceans. You can usually spot it by the deeper colour. So there's like, usually you can see this lighter colour here. When it goes to darker colour, it tends to be an attrition area. So we'll move right onto the edge of the attrition area. And what we're going to do is we're going to recruit another 2 of those. So we're spending all our money on recruitment at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look at our generals. Alright, we can do with a general over here. Now this is where our port is, so this is industry. So I can probably build up for industry here, so I'll put this general, 5% wealth from industry. He's free. He does add to a few things, so we'll stick him in there, we'll get the bonus. And we'll move this over here. I'm going to move this one every turn at a time, because what I'm going to actually do is put a couple of units of missile troops in that fleet and use it as an actual... This is going to be a sea bearing fleet. This one's going to be an attack via the sea fleet. So what I mean by that is that this will have things like fire pots in it, a couple of onagers, and it'll have a lot of missile troops, maybe 1 or 2 boarding ships. But this one is predominantly going to be made to attack through ports, to attack cities. Okay, let's go back to the diplomacy. Numidia. Okay.
Do not waste time on pleasantries and bab. You are welcome. But that welcome can become a farewell.
Wonder if we can
Greetings
break.
in the name of the state, and so forth.
Let's see if we can get Anthony on his own.
What do you want?
Okay, we've done that.
Agreed. But I do not expect my fellow.
So what we've done there now is isolated Anthony. The other 2 Roman factions don't like Anthony. With any luck, Anthony will go to war with either Lepidus or Octavian, and we can sort of address which Roman faction. At the moment, the Roman factions aren't our key target. We want to be looking... Okay. So they've done it on their own accord. Okay, so Octavian and Lepidus are at each other's throats. So Antony's still not sort of involved in any Roman war, so there is a bit of concern from myself there that Antony may turn on us. Now ideally I'd like to get this done within the first 20 turns. So within in the first 20 turns, and we'll see if we can so let's go. So here, as I said, let's we'll put them into anti-pirating, so that helps with the economy a little bit. And I'm going to recruit 2 of those. Okay, that still leaves us with 1300, which means I can upgrade something here. Auxiliaries, war dogs. War dogs are handy for chasing people down. At the moment, though, we need food. Now, although I have a general over here, I'm not really that fussed, because look at the money. If we sort of click on the buildings here, compared to Sicily, you know, Sicily's what 4-5 times the amount of income. So we'll focus all our gains on Sicily at the moment. So I think Agrigentum is the first one we'll build up, because we've got the garrisons here. We get 2 legionaries from this. This one's going to be the safest. So what we've got to decide now is we're going to take a bit of a public order knock. Do we want more food, or do we want more income? And at the moment, really, we need food. So I'm going to focus on food first. So we've moved these. I'm going to move this fleet. So that'd be 1, 2. Let's see. Yeah. Now we'll move it to sort of here, because then we'll be able to turn back. So that's going to be 1, 2 turns. And on the 3rd turn we'll attack Siga. This one's recruiting, and we'll then take it around the Mediterranean there. So we can see here, if we arrange this by highest money, Africa or Latium. Africa. Let's have a look at the diplomacy. Is Antony? So Antony's not with anybody. He's at war with whoever that is. So he's got his hands full at the moment there. We could really try and do with getting Antony and Octavian at each other's throat. That allows us to take Africa. Now I think Africa is going to be our first port of call. Hopefully there's a big Numidian army somewhere. We'll see. So let's have a look at the recruitment, the technologies. So we've got choices here. I could either recruit this, so I can get a dignitary, growth. I'm going to go with the growth. Oh, our spy upgraded, that's right. So let's have a look. We've got growth, culture. Sorry, +1 food if we go for commercial stimulation edict. What does that do? Right, that's interesting. So if we get our food to a decent rate and our... Yes, we're currently... If we can get public order up and we can get our food to a good rate, we can gain a food and 20% from all commerce buildings. That's going to be quite interesting. Tax harvesting. We'll try and build towards that commercial stimulation, because that means we can put harbours in it here. We'll get nice bonus. Okay. What was I doing? Ah yes, we were upgrading the spy, weren't we? Oh, short-term memory is atrocious. So cunning, end the turn. Okay, so we're at winter. Winter's where we take the biggest knock, so -3 public order. Okay, so the public order's getting there over here. Let's have a look at our growth rate. +12. So it's going to be 3 turns, we're at +2. So we're quite a few turns off yet. So we're only on +2 growth. We can get out to 5 growth, I believe, by being up at 50, being up at 20. So we need the food. Okay. It's a double time. And again, we'll come round here. Okay, our other fleet.
Yes. Moving out. The sea beckons.
Now really that would be a perfect time to attack Seeger, but I want to see if they've got any friends. And a good trick before you attack anybody is if you can see if they've got any friends somewhere. Let's go to the max we can move. Right, so we can get all the way around there on the next turn. We'll cancel that. So let's see if we can get trade out of these guys.
Greetings, friend.
Nope.
Let us use our time.
Welcome, but expect scant pleasantry. Wash your goods in vinegar to... You are welcome, but that welcome can become a farewell if you waste my time.
Okay, so there's not really much happening there. 257. Yep. Okay, so pretty uneventful so far. Okay, so the research is complete. Trait gained.
We hunger for battle.
Foul-mouthed. What's that one? Okay, so he's telling us to move him. So we trained there. Okay, so we went for growth, didn't we? How many turns in are we? We're on turn 5, so that'd be turn 15. As I said, we want to be completing this objective within... Yeah, I'm going to go... actually, hang on. I'm going to go for a dignitary next, and then after that we'll go for double plant construction. Let's see what we've got here.
Your next command? Waiting for a new course. Not into those waters.
Okay, doesn't look like we're encountering anybody there. Right, so Numidia's attack back. Let's see if we can get this trade agreement back.
Of listening. Trade with you is, I am sorry to say, all but impossible. Welcome, honored emissary. Welcome, honored emissary.
We'll go for that for a start.
On behalf of my people, I accept. Trade with you is, I am sorry to say, all but impossible. Our merchants have business. Trade with you is... I greet you in my master's
It
field.
doesn't look like anybody's going to trade with us. This,
Speak your speech, so
like I
that
was
I may...
saying earlier at the
Wash your
start,
goods
because
in
we have
vinegar to
nothing to
remove the
trade
stench,
with,
and
it's
even
going to
then,
be hard for
our
us to get
merchants
trade
would
agreements.
not waste their coin.
So we'll have a play about and see. So again, food's what we want. So I'm focusing on food at the beginning, and then we'll play around with our economy in different ways. We've got other ways. There's commerce, there's industry, there's culture. You know, there's other ways of increasing our economy. So one thing that I would suggest as well is I've always done it in my round, it seems to have worked when I've played the other Rome, was that I would pick sort of an area or a province and say, right, that province there is going to be industry, and you would build everything in that province towards industry, and you'd focus on that. And I found that by doing an industry centre or doing an agriculture centre or doing a military centre, I was able to get higher, much higher in the way of income per turn by doing that. It takes a bit of time to set it up, and at the beginning you tend to be a bit all over the place and a bit scrappy, because you need to be in that aspect, because you know what you're trying to do is a few other is build everything in a certain amount of restriction on land and things like that. Waffling away here. Right, so we've encountered another faction. That's what we wanted to do, as far as we wanted to come here. So now we're going to come back and move towards Siga, and hopefully that army's still big enough to be able to take Siga. It should be. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's quite a force, really. It's not brilliant, but it's quite a substantial force for anybody to be going up against. Okay, although I'm moving these like this, I'm still going to manually control things like this. Who's that? Okay, so Anthony's still got roads. Okay. I'll always add on that movement, just in case I forget to move myself. Right, so we've encountered a few factions, so now we're looking good. So let's have a look here.
Greetings,
Non-aggression pact,
let us
low,
use our
trade,
time together in
low,
wisdom and seek a
trade.
Greetings, friend. Let us.
I'm gonna have to throw money
Our
at this, aren't I?
merchants do not want trade with you, and my master takes note of their. The gods. Greetings, friend. Let us use our. Speak, my friend, and burden yourself of diplomacy, and let us find agreement here, in the fashion of simple, honest man.
See if they go for that. No. Okay, we'll leave that for a couple more turns. Right, now we've not got enough money to increase any of our. Oh, we have. What? Yeah, we could go food, couldn't we? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start recruiting my legionaries. Now I'm going to disband one of those, and now for every one of the levies that I disband, I'm going to recruit one of those. So this army here is a bit interesting. Is that we need to start looking at these things, these armies or fleets. So the spies increased again. Okay, we've got an infamy to deal with this turn. -2 public order from Bread and Games. That's quite good. We're not running Bread and Games. Gained zeal though, which is all right because that gives him war cry now. So I'll have a look at the infamy first. I always praise that one. I remember doing that. You gain benefits, I think. So we've got quite a bit of an army here. If we put this into normal, no, it's not going to make it there. So double speed, and let's go.
Is there nothing else?
Okay, so that army's looking quite big now. Let's go back here. Non-aggression pact and stuff.
And burden
trade
yourself
agreement.
of diplomacy, and let.
Numidia. We can't trade with Numidia again because it looks like Lepidus has captured that. Okay. It's a good job we didn't throw a load of money at that then.
Greetings in the name of the state and so forth.
Okay. So now we've got 1300. Let's have a look at increasing some buildings somewhere. How many troops are we up to? 28, so we've still got 12, 1, and then 10. Once we've recruited the dignitary, we'll go into double blank construction. Okay, we're on 22 food, so we can start building stuff that gives us negative food now. We really need some public order, so let's have a look at our generals. Okay, I'm going to build this guy.
Call this a garrison.
So that's given us some nice public order bonus. Now this guy's going to save us a bit of money on the next turn, on the next few turns as well. So we've got 5 turns. Oh, let me see, 4 turns. Is it? Yep. Yeah, 4 turns and we'll have growth. So in 4 turns time we're going to upgrade this, and what we're actually going to build there is a shrine of some kind. So this guy with the minus 10% shrine construction is going to help. He's given us public order as well, so he's perfect for sitting in here. Let's have a look at the dignitaries. And we can't look at them yet. Ah, right, we've got access to these. That's interesting, because we're going to be starting building a land army soon, so if we parked him in this army, that would be quite good. Again, quite good. I think... oh, excuse me. I think what we'll do, actually... this guy here, minus 4 upkeep for all land units, replenishment rate and recruitment cost. He'd be very, very good to have. Again, minus 3 upkeep, military training and morale. That makes them, you know, the army's going to increase. And this guy though, movement range, military training and public order. Now, the reason I'm going to take him is, oh mind you, it's only on bread and games edict. No, we won't take him. We'll take this one then. The reason I was going to take him, if that wasn't just bread and games edict, that would have been a case of I'd park him in there, and whenever I take over a new city or capture it, there's always going to be a cultural aversion that I'd have to deal with. So that would have tried to help and counter it, but I'll only counter it if we had the bread and games edict there, which we won't have for now. So I'll save him for later. This guy, he's going to be good as a home defense, I would imagine. So any armies that we leave at home to defend with, he'll be good for sort of helping out that. But this guy at the moment, replenish rate, recruitment cost and upkeep cost, we're going to need the replenishment rate because it's going to be part of an attacking army. So I'm not going to recruit or build anything this turn. I did my diplomacy. I think that's all we've got, so I'll end the turn.
My skills are yours.
Okay, so this woman's going to be sat at home. Okay, so I'm going to go for this cunning, the manipulation, so it's a tempt or an assassination. I want, because she's going to be sat in the home areas or wherever I've got high agriculture or things like that, that's going to be something that I'm going to go have. If an enemy moves an agent into my home area or an area where she's at, she's going to be able to either tempt them or kill them. So that's what we need. And that's why I always move an extra turn or so with my fleet, because I'll always forget to move them. Okay, so pretty uneventful. Lepidus is really reinforcing Africa at the moment, so it's going to be hard to get anything from him here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the video there. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will come back in the next video, continue here with this turn. Again, if you did dislike anything, please feel free to hit the dislike, but please let me know what you didn't like about the video guide or anything like that. Please like and add comments, so feel free to message me. As I said before, I will try and answer all the messages that I get. Okay guys, bye bye.